Welcome to my channel and podcast, BeYou. On this platform, we're mainly going to be talking about everything related to self-improvement. This includes the mental aspect of things, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, basically everything that's related to having a growth mindset. Because I believe we have to strive to become the best versions of ourselves on a daily basis because we are all meant to be great people. So welcome, and I'm excited to have you guys here. It's your host, BeYou. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button somewhere down here, and I hope you enjoy. So let's get into it. Today's topic is personal development. I got to learn what personal development is about 2 years ago now, and I wasn't sure what it was about. But the moment I started that journey, it's been an amazing journey. But it's such a broad topic that most people don't know what exactly it's all about. Personal development is basically everything to do with improving yourself and becoming your authentic self by working so hard on yourself and falling in love with yourself to a point where you have to improve on a daily basis. Because I believe that we all face different things. We have different circumstances in our life, whether it be relational, friendship-wise, work-wise, everything. But we have one power. And that power is what we decide to do about what we go through. So personal development is all about that. It's that journey of moving from one step to the other. And I truly believe where we're at right now, or where I'm at as a person, is all because of what I have attracted depending on what I have done in the past. So it's mainly related to you making the right decisions now so that your future self can basically thank you for who you have become, where you can sit and look back and be like, oh, I've actually come from a long way through working on this. I had these weaknesses and all that. And in relation to weaknesses, I believe personal development is about being very accountable with yourself. Accountable in terms of taking responsibility of your actions and your daily routines, basically. And where you sit and you're like, okay, I have these shortcomings, I have these strengths. How can I improve all these things at the same time? My shortcomings are A, B, C, D. I'm going to work on them on a daily basis. My strengths are this, but I need to fine tune them. What skills can I adapt on a daily basis, on a regular basis, on a monthly basis? Whether it be tuning my character, working on my procrastination issues, working on other aspects of things, whether it be at work, dealing with people, communication. And once you work on these things, they propel you to become basically a stronger person in society, which I think is always an exciting thing. Also, to become a better version of yourself, I believe it's all about what you attract by who you become. Meaning, for example, if it's someone who has worked out 6 months and you meet someone who has worked out 1 month, they can't be the same people. They have a different way of living. One has a very healthy discipline they have developed, and the other person, though they're not there yet, but they're at different levels. So basically, it's what you attract along the way. It's about the process of getting to the better version of yourself. You have to learn to work on the basics mainly more than the exotics. For example, if I know that I have an exam coming up, but I don't feel like studying or working on it, I can start from, okay, today I'm going to go to the library, for example, and then just look at the books and I'm not going to do anything. Just look at it. That's step one. The next day, you're like, okay, I'll go back to the library and actually read like 5 pages. Okay, then you go another step. You're like, okay, after reading those 5 pages, I'll make a summary. Consistency like that, you become actually more used to it. And I think it's a very interesting process. And I believe it's not about the end goal, but it's about the process. So as you're on that journey of getting to your end goal or working on that shortcoming that you have, you become a better person. Your way of thinking changes. And I think it's always a great journey for everybody to start. So for you to get to that, it requires you to check yourself, because no one is going to come to you and tell you, oh, for example, Belize, you're not good at this. You're not strong at this. No, it's you against you at the end of the day. It's your life to live. It's your book to write. I like to explain life as a way of saying it's a book you're writing, and every chapter, it can be good, bad, but at the end of the day, when you look back and you close that book, you're like, what have I achieved? Can you tell a story? Can your offsprings that come after you be like, we actually know, or like you tell your grandkids at the end, you're like, I used to be so weak at this. I worked on this, and you elevate, and your story can become like an inspiration to someone younger than you or even older than you, depending on how much you've worked on yourself. So, unless you change, unless you are very accountable to yourself and you say, I'm actually going to stand up and work on myself, no one is going to change you. No one is going to come and save you. No one is going to come and become your rescuer at the end of the day. So I believe that where where your focus goes, energy goes. If you sit and you be like, for the next 3 months, for example, I'm going to intensely work on my physical health or my eating habits, just cut off junk food, you're going to see great results. If you say, I'm going to wake up in the morning and decide maybe to have a small routine. It's not easy starting a routine, but it's going to be rewarding. For example, you're like, okay, for this first 2 weeks, I'm just going to work on meditating in the morning. I pray, I read 5 pages at least. You do it once, twice, maybe the third day you might fail, but maybe the fourth day you'll get there. In the long run, you're going to actually look back and you thank yourself for how far you have become. And this brings me to the next part of this podcast, which is the power that we human beings have. And that power is basically the power of choice. Like we don't see how much we have the choice to decide, I'm not doing this and I'm going to choose to do this. You can choose to literally go to a restaurant, look at the menu and be like, I don't want a burger, I will choose to have a salad. But because your brain is so used to the pleasurable things, the right now things, we tend to want to just get the things that feel good. I have a friend of mine who tells me something, who has told me a very great line. I think it goes like, some things that taste now in the mouth, when they get in the stomach, they can cause you stomach issues. But it's not in the sense of food. It means what they were explaining was that what we enjoy right now in the long run can actually affect us. But if you choose to take the other route, I'm sure you will thank yourself, because we are all meant to suffer 2 pains in life. What I think, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So you have that choice. You have that choice of saying, I'm choosing not to do this and I'm choosing to take this other route because it will propel me to become better. And what I love so much about personal development is the journey. It's not an end goal thing. It's an everyday thing. Once you think you've got it, you actually have some more work to do. You have something else to work on. You have another part of yourself. You're like, oh, okay, I need to work on this. And for you to become a happy person, it's who you become along the way. It's the journey that matters. It's not getting there fast. So it's an interesting journey, which I encourage especially young people. We have so many things that distract us. We have so many things. We don't have, it's very rare to find those friends, for example, that push you to propel you to become a better person. So that's why I say it's always great to have a relationship with yourself before you look for help in other people. Because once you become very accountable for yourself and you're like, I'm going to work on myself, I'm not good at this, and reduce a bit of distractions, you will increase that part of your discipline rather than living in regret in the long run. Because one thing I don't like, honestly, is like I always ask myself, I'm like, at the end of the day, if someone was to ask you, oh, what have you achieved in life? And then you look back and you're like, I didn't achieve this because of A, B, C, D. Those becauses are the things we're supposed to be working on right now. So I strongly advise people to take the personal development journey. On this channel, we're going to be discussing everything related to personal development. It involves a lot of things. There is discipline, there is self-love, there is creating habits, routines, all these things. So it's an exciting journey. And I want to thank you guys for staying here and watching this. I'll add my links to my other socials. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this. Have a good day.